Luffy, one of the most beloved protagonists in all of anime. This version of Luffy to me is the most iconic, sporting his outfit from the Romance Dawn arc. And I was looking forward to an updated version since Tamashi's first Luffy SHF is 14 years old now. But now that he's finally here, let's find out if this is the definitive Luffy action figure. First off, I really like how this packaging looks. Maybe it's because red is my favorite color, but this box just stands out when compared to most other SHF box designs. A photo of Luffy in an energetic, shouting pose is featured on the front, and just from looking into the packaging, he already looks pretty good, next to all his other expressions and accessories. Here is Luffy and his accessories in the packaging tray. Out of the box, he looks great. Even in a totally vanilla pose, Luffy already looks pretty badass. Luffy's OG color scheme really works for me. I feel like the red and the light blue go so well together. They all look like pre-mold colors, but they look great and accurate to what I recall from the anime. Technically, the hat is an accessory, but it's too much of a staple in Luffy's outfit, so we have to judge his overall looks with him wearing it. And with it, the warm yellow of that hat acts as a nice accent color to the overall figure. Though because I'm not partial to any look of his, I actually prefer him without his hat. I guess it's just a slightly more unique look. For accessories, he comes with a total of 4 faceplates, an aggressive smirking face, a wide mouth happy face, an angry shouting face. This one's really cool cause his pupils are different here and you can even see his vein popping out of his forehead. And finally his meat eating face, which of course goes together with the meat accessory. I'm not sure if Luffy eating meat is a recurring theme in One Piece, but I'm glad Tamashi included this unique accessory. You could easily use this meat accessory with your other 112 figures. For his straw hat, he has another head sculpt which has flatter back hair which allows the straw hat to be put on. There's also a separate bang accessory for this head sculpt. You can't fit his hat onto his standard hair head sculpt though. Here's how the two head sculpts look like side by side. He comes with 8 hands in total, a pair of fists, a pair of open palm hands, another pair of open palm hands, but these ones has his fingers wider apart and more aggressive looking like he gonna slap a Rasengan on someone's face, one left hand for holding the meat stick, and lastly one right pointing or number 1 hand. It's quite easy to get his hands on his meat stick. You just pull out the bone, stick it into his meat stick hand, then stick the bone back into the meat. Overall, he looks exceptional for a $35 figure. To me, his facial expressions are the standout. They really give life to the figure, and credit for that definitely goes to Oda's choice of art style. There's some cool details on him like the shine of the buttons on his vest. That's probably paint and it's done quite neatly. He also feels better in the hand compared to other $35 SHF figures in comparison to say the Narutop 99 Naruto. I think it's from the touch of the soft plastic used for his vest, while Naruto is fully hard plastic which makes him feel somewhat cheaper. The straw hat is molded pretty detailedly. They did a good job replicating the intricate lines, and it also has 3 distinct scratch or claw marks which I assume he got from being attacked. Quite a cool detail. I also like how his sandals separate from the rest of his foot when his toes are bent, just makes it a bit more realistic in some more dynamic poses. Now for articulation, his head attaches onto a ball joint on top of the neck piece, so there's quite a lot of movement. He can look all the way down, almost 90 degrees, this much up, which is okay, tilt his head quite a bit left and right, and his neck gives him some lateral head movement as well as forward and backward. His shoulder uses what looks like a double ball joint. He can do a T-pose, rotate 360 degrees no problem. He has a bicep swivel, elbow joint moves this much, wrist joint moves this much. He doesn't have a butterfly joint for his shoulders, so his arms can only cross his body this much. Might be an issue if you want him to get into a Kamehameha pose. One thing about the shoulder joint is that it reminds me of a Revoltech joint, where if you're not careful, his ball joints might get exposed and it'll look quite ugly. But you can avoid that as long as you're mindful while posing. His red vest is made of soft plastic and split into 2 parts. The upper part fits tightly on his torso and the lower part is a floating piece that wraps around his abdomen and can move quite a bit, even twisting it 360. His upper torso range is pretty good, but his ab crunch is a bit limited and moves this much only. His diaper piece isn't super soft, but still malleable enough to bend a bit while posing. He kicks to the front this much, to the back this much, splits sideways pretty well, being a 3.0 body. Knee bends about 90 degrees backwards, helped by this moving piece of his trousers that swivels, which is pretty neat, something they actually implemented properly this time. I found it a bit hard to get that white piece down after it went up, but after some finicking, it's not too difficult to get it down again. His ankles have pretty good mobility. While lacking an ankle rocker, it does tilt up and back pretty well, and because of how big his sandals are, this guy stands super well and it's very easy to maintain balance while in a pose. Here he is in his iconic Gear 2 stance. Overall articulation is good. Though being a rubber man, I was wishing he could do a bit better, but it's still not bad for sure. Here's how Luffy scales next to S.H.F 1.0 Son Goku, as well as the S.H.F Naruto 99 Naruto. And I gotta say, damn, they look really good together. We got S.H.F Legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, as well as Figma Eren Yeager from my favorite anime, Attack on Titan. Here we have Mayfex 185 Spider-Man, Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Agent Venom, S.H.F Guts Heat of Passion, as well as Sentinel's Peter B. Parker. Lastly, we have S.H.F Son Goku from Dragon Ball GT, Anya, as well as Marvel Legends Deadpool from the Legacy Collection. After playing around with this figure, I gotta say I'm having a lot of fun with him. He's a joy to pose, and he always looks good because of how expressive he is, mainly from just good character design and also how on point his facial expressions are. Tamashii Nations really delivered with those faceplates. For what you're getting out of $35, a good articulated figure of one of anime and pop culture's most popular characters, I'd say this is a must buy. This Luffy figure honestly makes me want to give One Piece a proper try, but I might just wait for that Wig Studio remake. Also looking forward to posing him together with Nami when she drops in a month or two. Would you guys want to see a video for her? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, thank you guys so much for making it this far into the video. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like or comment. I'm aiming to hit my first 100 subs by the end of the month, so if you'd like to see more of such videos, do consider subscribing. Anyways, have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.